Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome for the first time. Please be sure to subscribe. This reading is amazing. I still have to say the standard, which is, it's a general reading. So if you resonate with it, cool. If not, leave it. But this reading is a little bit of something here for everyone. That's how powerful this one feels. So we're going to go with opening the roads, self-love, and it flows into success. Each one of these sets flow into each other simultaneously. I love it. Starting off, I wanted to know, okay, a lot of the energies coming in, they feel blocked or blocked even in a curious sense. And what I mean by that is there's something that you're researching, you're studying, you don't really know too much about it, and you keep running into a wall and you're not quite sure why. For others, it's the general things. Block, feeling stuck in life, in love, in success, creativity, you name it, right? So how do we open that? What's necessary? First thing out of the deck, the Judgment card. What's powerful about this Judgment card? That's Thoth. That's Thoth energy right there. That's scribe energy right there. That's hidden knowledge. That's intuition. So we're talking about a wake-up call that's so powerful, and it's coming in such a cycle because Thoth, he flows with the moon, and moons move in cycles, right? So we're talking about you tapping into hidden knowledge that exists within yourself that's going to lead you into opening doors and roads of success in other areas of your life, which will lead you to hidden mysteries. So if you're someone that studies the art of mysteries for Egypt or different things like that, this is telling you you're on the right path, right? If you find that you've been running into a wall, into a block, it's because you're trying to force open a door that you don't need to force open. You got to just change the route a little bit. You see how there's like 3 doors here? Sometimes you have to change the route. This one looks like it's blocked off by a rock. This one has an easy sand pathway that leads inside. You might be approaching or researching what you're looking into from only one perspective. Most importantly, are you paying attention to your dreams? Whenever Thoth appears, he comes typically in dream states. This doesn't mean that you have to necessarily be knocked out, but he is a person that communicates when you are the most likely to be completely tapped in. Most people are mostly tapped into the spiritual realms in the state of sleep. That's for the average person. For those of us who were always aware, still those moments when you find that you're kind of like you space out, where you're just looking at something and you're not looking at anything in particular, you might all of a sudden start hearing or getting the sensation of certain downloads and thoughts or seeing certain visions. That's still a form of a dream state. It's a waking dream state. And Thoth is someone that communicates a lot in those states because he has your full attention in that moment, right? So this is perfect. This is powerful right here. This is you waking up. This is you answering the call for a higher power, right? So then I'm like, okay, well, there's still a block that was in place. This is what needs to start happening, but there's a block. What was it? 5 of Wands. In this deck, the 5 of Wands, these 3 women are normally sisters. In this case, this is you, the person watching, right? You have had inner conflict with what feels to be like 2 or even more other sides of yourself. There's so many pulls in different directions within yourself, least of all if someone else actually adds to that, right? If someone else adds their opinion. We have Saturn energy in the background, illumination and restricted, so on one hand feeling enlightened, on the other hand feeling restricted. However, there's a centering that needs to take place. And that it's trying to start to happen. You notice how her heart and solar plex region is starting to illuminate, it's starting to lighten up. That's you needing to get balance, and those are key areas to focus on. That's how it's translating in this reading. You need to be able to balance your 2 sides out, right? Centering yourself so that this conflict that you've had on the inside can stop, because inner conflict leads to outer conflict. It's not to say that every person that may start mess with you is starting because you've triggered it, but your vibration is your vibration, and people will respond to that regardless. So if your vibration is conflict within your own mind, then you're going to find that you're constantly running into situations that are confrontation, right? If you feel tension in a space and you force yourself to stay in that space, what's going to happen? Eventually, someone is going to combat you with that tension, with that inner fighting. So this is about going within, which is perfect for the Judgment card being out here, because that Judgment card is speaking of waking up and exploring hidden knowledges, waking up and exploring the hidden knowledge and power within yourself, right? So what was next? What next big step was necessary? Seven of Pentacles. And what I love about this is we come from the conflict, passionate, fighting energy of the Five of Wands, because it's still passion, right? We have the secret knowledge of the Judgment card, which is astro knowledge as well, because this is like the Akasha records. Sometimes my speech is blah, but this is tapping into a space that is so powerful. Like, I can't even describe to you how powerful that space is, right? And it's definitely this astral plane like existence, dealing with the conflicts within, so that in the material world you can start to manifest what you need. The Seven of Pentacles is coming in here with alignment and expansion. You see how all of a sudden there's more lights than what we initially saw. They're lining up. There's a light in the palm of her hand and in the third eye, and then it expands out. And just like in this card where we had three figures, there's three figures here. But this time on the side, they're a little bit more faded in the back. This is you planting the seeds, getting ready to expand, right? So again, I know it pops up a lot, particularly in my readings, because that's the energy that taps in with me a lot. Meditation helps tremendously. And there are many different ways to meditate, but tapping into those hidden knowledge ways that's powerful. That's a powerful thing to do. So if you're drawn to Egypt or India, meditations, mantras, there's a reason. I might have messed up some of those words because it's late for me, guys. And if y'all haven't noticed, sometimes my speech goes blah when it's late. But I love that setting alone, because it's literally telling you that the doors that you open in the spirit realm, right? The conflict that you resolve within your own self leads to you planting the seeds necessary in the material world to expand and get ready to, after that, all you need is the proper judgment to know when to pluck. When do you pluck those seeds that you planted, right? So next was the self-love. What was blocking this? Because obviously when we have inner conflict, there's something going on within us that's deeply hurt. Ten of Swords. This Ten of Swords right here, this is about you holding on to mental, and for some of you even physical, traumas, just holding on to them, feeling every blow, and allowing for those moments to dictate how you carry yourself in life, who you talk to, who you deal with. Now, if this was being done in a productive sense, it wouldn't have come out like this. It would have come out like, you know what, this person's releasing things, they're cleansing, they know what to let go of now. Instead, you were holding on to it. Now these blades are coming out and there's this release taking place. If you pay attention, I don't know if I can zoom it in enough, but if you look at her face, it's like she's going, like I'm letting it go. So this Ten of Swords is about understanding and admitting to yourself that you've been holding on to mental blades. You've been holding on to mental stab wounds and betrayal. It could have been family that betrayed you, friends, your own self. A card coming representing self-conflict is here. So you might have felt at times that you were betraying your own self, placing the swords in your own back. And it's time to let that go, right? It's time to release it, transcend it, transform it. And anything can be transformed and transcended. And it's now your time to do that with yourself, right? Embrace the shadow self, because that's the part that tried to protect you. It may have gotten a little tainted along the way, but you can cleanse all that out. Now, as you do this, we get into the Nine of Pentacles. Once again, that earth energy. So I do feel like there are a lot of earth signs that this reading is pulling the most energy for. Again, you don't have to be those signs. They don't have to be in your chart for this to be for you. It's just letting you know that's the kind of energy that's coming in here. We have fire energy and we have earth energy, right? That's a strong pull. With this Nine of Pentacles, there's this sense of harmony and tranquility that's coming off of all the seeds you planted, of the hard work that you're putting in, and just reaching this point where you're able to just be like, okay, the door is open, the possibilities are endless. I'm in complete harmony. Like, look at her, she's just dancing, she's just flowing. Look at how the outfit's just flowing. Everything's in flow, right? And what does that take us to? Another powerful card. It brings us into the sun. Once again, we have multiple figures, but this time we go from the 3 to the 2, and there's this balancing, there's this harmony, this peace, this happiness. The sun card is an amazing card to have come out, especially if you're talking about self-love, reaching a point of self-love, coming out of mental anguish, manifesting spiritual harmony in the physical realm, and then once again reaching this higher plane with the sun card here. That's amazing, right? And then I was like, okay, so now we have that. And automatically, these are going to breed success. We're transitioning out of the negatives into the positives, right? So what's necessary for the success to truly just start off? You might be in the middle of it right now. What's necessary? The Fool card was the confirmation card. These two are confirmation cards for this reading. The Fool card here, if you look closely, you see these butterflies around her? That goes along with that release and transformation. Letting go of this, allowing yourself to be reborn, and stepping into a new form of power, right? We have the wolf here, and normally in the Fool card, you notice the dog is always trying to warn the fool from stepping off the cliff. This one's like, I think we should drink from this water here, because this universal water, it looks like it holds the same knowledge that sky and the Judgment card is holding. I think we should just step on over here and take this chance. So she might have to watch her footing a little bit, but she's stepping nonetheless. She's transforming nonetheless. And all around her is an abundant universe. So if you've been feeling roadblock, stuck, don't know what to do, you don't know how to research what you're trying to research, you got a lot of inner conflicts, blah, 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 you need to remind yourself that you are surrounded by an abundant universe. It's not about having all the answers. It's not about that. But it's about recognizing when certain answers are for you. It's about recognizing when the call is for you. It's about recognizing the power you hold in yourself to bring into your world whatever you need. Sometimes people want what they don't need, right? That creates the inner conflict. One side of you wants something it doesn't need. The other side wants something it does. Being able to properly cleanse helps you to realize what was making me so attracted to what I didn't need, that it was creating roadblocks, or it was bringing confrontational people in my life. What was needed? This is about coming out of victim mentality, right? And this card is about having the faith to take the step after that. Now the sores are out your back. Now you can get up. Now you can walk. What are you going to do? The most loyal person, or being rather, in this card is saying step. And I love this card because being a person with a wolf spirit, seeing a wolf getting ready to sip from a fountain of knowledge is so powerful to me. So to me, you have the Judgment card, the Sun card, and the Fool card as measures for this reading, for how this came out here. And once you take that step, what's going to happen? That offering is going to come. It's going to manifest in the physical. That hidden knowledge. This is also, of course, because it's Pentacle, this means financial stability. Abundance. Abundance is trying to come in and make an offer. Is your hand ready to receive it? Are you ready to accept that knowledge? See the rainbows here? This is full alignment of chakras. This is fully getting in position. In order to be ready to receive that, because that's coming in with that Sun energy, that Nine of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles energy, you first have to go through these process. You first have to accept that you have hidden knowledge within yourself and that you're being led and guided. You can't keep questioning it. You can't keep doubting it. You have to resolve those inner conflicts within yourself. And that starts within the heart and solar plex, right? Align yourself and start planting seeds. Make a journal. Write down your dreams and what you plan on doing to achieve them. Don't just write down, oh, I want to do blah, blah, blah. What are you doing to achieve them? What is the first step you feel you need to make? Write it like you've already done it, right? If you need a planner, have a planner book. But when you're trying to manifest dreams of success, write it like it happened. I'm making blah, blah, blah amount of money, or I've opened my fashion store. I've succeeded in coming to the company with what was necessary to get that position I wanted. Write it like it's happened and make sure that it's coming from your heart center, from your highest good, because in both of these images, the heart center is the most centered on, right? Make sure that you really are responding to your heart's desire and it's not coming from mental state of anguish. Oh, my society said I had to have this particular job. And for some of you that are getting into your spirituality and hidden knowledge, you're not into anything crazy, right? But you come from, some of you, not all of you, some of you come from very traditional backgrounds. So even though you may come from backgrounds that are open and have a lot of this enlightenment, you've noticed that a lot of things have been covered, watered down, or just completely changed. And now you're questioning that, and you come from families that don't believe in questioning those things, right? So instead of banging your head up against the wall by trying to go through that door, allow yourself to be guided to where you need to be. Guided to the books that you may need to read, and read them with discernment. Right? Because sometimes the answer is put partially in one thing and partially in another, because someone comes along as they research and they add their interpretation. So you still want to use your discernment. You still want to tap into your intuition. And that's what this judgment card's about. Wake up, allow yourself to be led. The doors will open as you allow yourself to be led to those doors. Right? Harmony, and notice a doorway again, a gateway again. You can take this as coming out of the cold into a place of warm and sun and honey, or you could take it in the reverse. You could take it as this place is a desert wasteland going into a world of abundance. It's all about your perception. What do you perceive it to be? Right? Either way, at the end of the day, you do what you're supposed to do. You're going to get that sun energy. Now, I'm going to leave the different signs because I wanted to keep this short. And if I start going into details with signs and numbers, we're going to be here a while. Though, once again, that 33 comes to mind again. And the 222 also comes to mind again. But I'm going to put those things in the description. Make sure you check it out. I have a new podcast for you guys with some light wisdom knowledge, if that's going to help some of you. I just saw 1818. That may mean something for some of you. There's so much positive energy here, right? You just have to be open to receive it. Remember, there's a difference between give and receive and give and take. Decide which one you're going to flow with so that we can see how this unfolds for you. If this resonates with you, please leave a comment in the description. And I feel like this is stuff that you're going to start seeing results of in the next couple of days, couple of weeks. So come back. Let us know how's it flowing, how's it going. You don't have to get personal, but just let us know. I love seeing people succeed. I love seeing people be elevated into their higher consciousness and higher levels of being. Blessings to you all. Have a good night.